Life is a quest for logic and reason. It is a quest to find balance between science and faith. Life is a quest for knowledge and understanding. But most importantly, it's a quest for personal discovery. Whatever your quest, knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Welcome to Quest. Hi, Laci. Welcome to the Quest podcast.
Hey, how are you doing?
Great. So, for the listeners, this is our third time trying to record this interview.
You're wrong.
Well, the first time, Laci canceled because she had the flu. And the second time, we had still flu and technical problems. So,
A blessing in disguise, that one disappeared.
Third time's a charm, right?
For sure.
Laci, thanks for coming out tonight to re-record this with me. Why don't we just start by you just telling the audience, telling the listeners a little bit about, how old you are and how you got started racing?
Yeah, of course. I'm 21 years old now. I started racing when I was 14. I was kind of an old lady when I started. I started off in intermediate outlaw karts and went from that to opens to micros, midgets, did some legend car stuff, and now we're doing the stock car stuff this year, so I definitely haven't raced as long as a lot of kids have, but I come originally from basketball, which is kind of a rare thing, I feel like. And yeah, I'm racing this year again, pretty much a decent amount of races this year, hopefully. So should be on track.
It's exciting. I'm curious, what was the moment that you first knew that racing was something you wanted to pursue seriously? Was there a race or an age or what?
Yeah, I always knew I wanted to do it. I just kind of had, honestly, no idea, how to get into it. My dad's always been in it my whole life, and I always thought that was super cool. And then I was, Montoya was my favorite driver when I was little, and then I saw Kyle Larson, and then I really just kind of copied everything Kyle did. And I went down the outlaw kart route, and now switched over to the stock kart route.
Gotcha. Motorsports have traditionally been like a male-dominated world. It's been a male-dominated sport. How have you learned to kind of claim authority as a young woman behind the wheel? Has it been difficult?
No, yeah, I try not to think about it too much. I'm definitely not someone that's really wants to be like I'm the only girl and make it my whole personality kind of deal. But one of my biggest things is just being able to be seen as equal. I don't want to get opportunities just because I am a girl or whatever. I want to have my opportunities she got those opportunities because she is good, and that's always been kind of my biggest thing. I want to be able to get sponsors, be able to prove myself on and off the track, and just be able to showcase my talents.
For sure. I'm always curious about this. I had back at 2 or 3 seasons ago, I had Amber Balkan on the podcast, and she was talking about just what she does every day to stay fit to be able to race. And I didn't really think much until she mentioned it, that there has to be a regime for your physical and mental health. And I imagine that as a racer, you have to have a deep trust in your body and your instincts. So Laci, how do you train physically and mentally to get behind the wheel?
Yeah, so I try to go to the gym every single day. I go to a place called Fit Stop Performance. I go there probably hour, 2 hours a day. We do full body stuff. So arm day, leg day, ab day, all that kind of fun stuff. And then I've also recently picked up running. I ran my first ever half marathon in December. So that was really fun. And just doing that stuff like that. Cause I definitely want to be someone that I don't want to have any excuse as to why I do something bad. I didn't do good because I was out of shape and stuff. Just little dumb things like that. So I always want to be in the best physical shape as possible, and going somewhere like Fit Stop has definitely helped me get into the best physical shape I've ever been in. I'm in better shape now than when I played basketball every single day. So I definitely think the physical side of it's huge. Arm strength's huge, ab strength's huge, even leg strength's huge. It all kind of goes together, especially the cardio aspect of it, because your heart rate does spike when you're racing. So being able to keep it as low as possible, that's huge. So the running is definitely, I'm excited to start racing this year and see how much the running has helped me, because before then I hated running. That was not something I liked doing, and even on the right day, nowadays I might say I still hate it, but yeah, I'm excited to do it and just experience racing in this physical shape, because it's the best shape I've ever been in.
Is it how stressful is it to race? Like, does it, what is that like? I mean, I kind of can't help but think like, and maybe these are like trivial questions to ask, but like, how hot is it in the car? Like, is it hotter than I would think it would be? I mean, Amber talked like some of these NASCAR cars were like incredibly hot in there, and you really trained against the heat resistance. And then also just, the stress. You think, driving in a circle, how stressful could it be? But it's got to be more than that, right? Can you maybe address some of those things?
Yeah. So like at Fit Stop, they do like the sauna training, which is huge for like kind of like what you were saying, like just the heat of the car. So coming from open wheel racing, I never got really affected by the heat just because it's so open. Like there's wind coming in at every direction. But in the stock car stuff, even like I kind of felt it even in the Legend car, they do get very hot. And like the Legend car was nothing compared to like NASCAR level stuff, but it definitely does get hot. Like, I mean, some cars will end up over 120 degrees. So being able to handle that, like, that's why cardio is huge, heat training's huge, and just being able to perform in those conditions and not let your, like, honestly, the mental side of it's huge, kind of like what you were saying, the stress. Like, be able to handle being under a high heart rate in the heat with also being able to make, like, conscious decisions and not just, like, go squirrel brain. So it definitely is a huge thing, especially, like, the reaction training and stuff like that. But, yeah, like, stress-wise, like, I don't feel like it stresses me out while I'm racing and stuff. I feel like I'm very, like, how I race, I've always been very, like, I just kind of try to anticipate what's going to come, especially coming from dirt racing and not having spotters or stuff. You just always kind of got to anticipate what's going to happen. Like,
Right.
how's this person going to go? Oh, where are they going to go? What do I do if XYZ happens? Stuff like that. But, yeah, like, just being able to anticipate, and I feel like that's gonna help me a lot, just continuing going forward, being able to anticipate stuff. I mean, sometimes it bites you in the butt, because you think someone's gonna wreck, and then you're like, oh, that was stupid, they didn't wreck. But, just, like,
Yeah.
being able to have that instinct of what's going to come, and not letting stress take over when it's hot, when you're tired, just being able to perform under all conditions.
Right. How do you hydrate in the car? I mean, is that a thing? Like,
Yeah, so in the
because you
dirt
can't really like take your hand off the wheel and pick up a Monster Energy drink and drink it, right? Like,
No, yeah, for sure. So dirt stuff, not really. There's no one really. The races are so short. That's not really a problem. I mean, if it's a long race and there's an open red or something, they might bring you a water or something. But in the NASCAR stuff, they do have water bottles, and every driver has like their own preference, like hydration wise. Like there could be like Gatorade, water, Element, all that kind of fun stuff in there. And then there's just like a really long straw, and you just kind of
it goes up through your helmet.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
Mhm.
That's cool. Who do you look up to in the racing world?
Yeah, I definitely look up to. I mean, I've always looked up to my dad. He's the reason I'm into what I am, like how I got into it. And driver wise, I've always like Kyle Larson has always been a huge one for me, and Montoya.
Gotcha. But any females you like in the racing world?
I really like Michelle Beauty. I really like Michelle Bouton. She I always get tongue tied saying her name for whatever reason, but I think she's a very talented female driver, and being able to see a female perform at her level like she did and the time frame is just amazing.
That's awesome. We were talking about like how stressful it is to be, in the car. I think fear is a part of racing, right? Like, speed, risk, failure, all that stuff is kind of got to be in your mind, right? How do you work with fear rather than letting it control you? I mean, is there a process there? Like, how do you just have to like just always hope for the best, be positive? Like, like how do you not worry about like taking like endo over endo or like catching on fire? Like it just seems terrifying.
No, yeah, I think I definitely haven't had fear be a problem for me, but I do know that is a problem with a lot of people, especially like someone that flips really hard or something like that, like getting over that hump. But just like with me, I feel like I'm very much a mindset person. Like whatever I think happens pretty much. So like if I'm like, oh, like this isn't gonna go good, it's not gonna go good. So I just try to always go into every race with the most positive mindset as possible. I mean, a good example of this is one of my races I ran a few years ago. I was complaining about how everything was going wrong, and I was like, this can't get any worse than it's already going. Then I was like, guess what? You're gonna flip and get knocked out. So I was like, oh, okay, yeah, could have got worse, and it did. So just being able to keep a positive mindset and being able to be like, I know I can do this. kind of circling back to like the physical side of it, when like I know I'm in the best physical shape possible, best mental shape possible, being able to be, there's no excuse for me to do bad. I've trained, I've done everything I need to do. It's down to I need to perform. So I feel like when I'm in that mindset, fear is not a problem. Like I know, like if I know I can do it, I'll be fine.
Have you had bad wrecks?
Not really. I flew pretty good at Millbridge one time. I got knocked out for like 5 minutes, but other than that,
Wow.
it wasn't too crazy. I mean, like I flipped before. Like I probably flipped 3 or 4 times, but like they weren't bad. Like one of them, I knocked the. It's kind of funny. I hit the wall so hard when I flipped, I knocked the gate post back. I think like 3 inches. That was a pretty good one. And then the one where I flipped and got knocked out. But other than that, I've been.
And you got a concussion there, right? When you got knocked out, you had a concussion?
Yeah, I think so. I had a concussion from the one I did get knocked out from. It's kind of funny. Like I remember when I woke up and like I was there, but I wasn't there, and they were asking like the concussion questions. They're like, "Oh, those are so stupid. How could anyone get those wrong?" Oh, I got them wrong. They were like, What day is it?" And I kept saying 1, and they're like, "Yeah, she got a concussion."
A friend of mine got a concussion one time, and they asked him who the president was, and he named a president from like 4 presidencies ago.
That's great. That's kind of how I was. Like, I remember them being like, "Who's the president?" And I was like, "Trump, bye, Trump, bye."
Oh man. Are you spiritual or religious?
Yeah, I'm Christian.
Does that go into the car with you? I mean, yeah, how can you not maybe say a little prayer before you drive? Like, I imagine you probably want to include that to some extent.
Yeah, for sure. Like a lot of people have like the little racer prayers and stuff. Those are really big, especially in dirt racing. They're huge. But like I remember when I raced the legend car stuff, they always had the race day ministries. They would come like do a prayer with you and stuff like that. So yeah, like I always try to like. I mean, I am a mindset person, but I'm also like Christian stuff. So like I'll say like a prayer and be like, okay, like you know, like the kind of usual stuff, and then also like keeping that positive mindset. It's like, and if something does go wrong, it was supposed to go wrong, kind of deal. It's like everything's already kind of planned out. You just gotta trust it and keep a positive mindset. Because if you don't have a positive mindset, you'll get humbled real quick.
For sure. You mentioned that your dad was in racing. You are not only a race car driver, but you're also an entrepreneur, and you have a company you created, a nonprofit company called Rippin' for a Cure.
Mm-hmm.
And this is because of your father. Do you want to tell the story about what happened to your dad?
Yeah, so back in 2017, that's I didn't start racing until 2018. So in 2017, I'd wanted to race forever, but my mom didn't want me to do it. She said it was too dangerous. She didn't want me to be the only girl, just something like that. And I kind of understood it, but I just always wanted to do it. And full-time basketball, that's all I cared about. And so November of 2017, my dad came inside and was like, "I don't feel good." And then he's like, "I'm going to go get air." That didn't help. "I'm going to go take a cold shower." That didn't help. And then he ended up being like, "I need to go to the ER right now." And it turned out he was having a widowmaker heart attack, which is one of the is the most fatal heart attack you can have. I think I might be wrong, but I think it's a 97% fatality rate on it. So very fatal heart attack to have, and he started having that, and my mom actually drove him to the ER, which is kind of crazy to think about. She was ripping. She got there. And he when they got into the hospital, he had actually died, and they had to get the defibrillator out. First strike didn't wake him up. Second strike, I don't think woke up. I think it took him 3. I might be wrong, but I think it took 3 strikes, and he did wake up eventually, and he's doing good now, but that was a real big eye-opener for my family. And especially on my dad's side of the family, there's a lot of heart disease. Like, my grandpa has the max amount of stents you can have. My uncle had a quadruple bypass. Just stuff like that. And then, like, their parents all had heart problems, too. So it's huge on my dad's side of the family. And that really opened my mom's, like, not even just my mom's eyes up, like, everyone's eyes up. Like, you never know what's coming. Like something can happen today, and, like, anyone could die, right? So she was like, "Okay, I'll let you and your dad go race. You can go make memories. You're the queen of a phase. You'll get over this in like a week." And here we are now. But I always knew with my racing, I wanted to give back to my dad and somehow, because as bad as that event was, I probably wouldn't be racing if it didn't happen. So being able to raise awareness for heart disease is always something I've wanted to do and be able to do, and like teach kids how to live a heart healthy lifestyle without scaring them. Because I feel like when you're little and you talk about heart disease, like from experience trying to teach kids about heart disease, it scares them and they think they're going to die. So being able to teach them in a fun way where they're not scared of it, they like embrace it. That's something that I really want to focus on and help teach the next generation about heart health and how important it is, because you can't outrun genetics, but you can delay it, and you can really help yourself long term just by doing simple things like cardio or like eating healthy. Just simple things like that are huge. So yeah, so through my racing, I started Ripping for a Cure, which is to raise awareness currently for heart disease. And as it continues to grow and becomes official as an official LLC, I want to make it to be also help grassroots racers kind of get on track and kind of turn it into almost like a Driven to Save Lives scale level, like have some race cars with it on it, be able to have other people go to different like events around the country to teach about heart disease. That's my biggest goal with it, and just being able to grow it and just teach everyone how to live a heart healthy lifestyle. And yeah, like heart stuff is scary. Like I agree, it's scary. Like it's scary like to think about, but it's inevitable. And I think being able to make people be more conscious about it is my biggest goal.
Yeah, that's great. That's an admirable goal.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, it's great that your mom let you race after that event, right? And it's paid off, because this year you have one of the biggest races of your career. Why don't you tell the listeners about that?
Yeah, so I'm scheduled to run Chicagoland this year. It'll be my ARCA debut. It'll actually be my stock car debut too. So I'm very excited about that. I'm a little nervous, but more excited than nerves, and it's huge. You know, I've been wanting to get back on the national stage in a long time. The last time I raced national stuff was back when I raced midgets in 2023. So being able to get back nationally racing is just huge, and I'm so excited for it.
And it's a big televised event. So this is certainly a high point for you. So I'm really proud of you, really excited for you.
Oh, thank you.
And that's like, what, 5 months away or something. It's not far.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy to think about.
By the time this podcast episode comes out, it'll be like 4 months.
Oh, wow.
So everyone check your calendars and your FS1 race schedule. What does success look like to you right now? Is it trophies or resilience or self-belief? What's your idea of success?
I think my idea of success is definitely, for me personally, is just to be able to race, you know, because all my racing comes from like finding sponsors, doing the work myself. So being able to find sponsors and find the right people to get in my corner to be able to race full time, that's success to me. Even if it's only 3 races a year, that's 3 more races than I had last year or 2 years ago. Because I actually did race last year. So yeah, it's just anytime I can get in a car, that is success. And then also just resilience, because it helps prove like, no matter how bad it is, if you can keep working towards something and trying to get something, it will happen if you just keep grinding it out. Like, even if when it sucks and like you just want to give up and like it's taking too long, this and that, being able to keep pushing and just be resilient, it's huge.
Yeah. For young girls that watch you race, what do you hope they see beyond the helmet and the car? What kind of role model do you want to be?
Yeah, I definitely, one of my biggest things I want to do is just like help girls and even little boys too, like just be yourself no matter what. Like, if you want to be weird, be weird. If you want to have fun, have fun. That is definitely, like, my whole life I've always been very much like myself. So just having I always want people to find kind of comfort in that. Like, oh, like I can be kind of weird and still, I don't know a good way to word this. Like, I was like, when I was little, I was always kind of a little weird. Like, I was always, the stuff I liked, like, was always different. I was always like, I was always different. Like, I wasn't the most like cookie cutter normal kid. Like, I was always doing some weird stuff. And being able to show like, hey, like, even if you don't like everything everyone else likes, and like, oh, if you want to be different, you can still be different and do exactly what you want to do in life. Like, just because you don't fit in or like something that everyone else likes doesn't mean you're a bad person or anything. You can still go do everything you want to go do. And that's probably a better way to word that. That doesn't sound as like mean. But yeah, like, I just want people to find comfort in me and be able to know, like, if you are your true authentic self and you chase the dream that you truly want to do, it will happen no matter how many no's you get told, how much you get like told no matter what. If you just push through, you can do it, if that's what you're truly meant to be.
I love it. Do you have a favorite car racing movie or TV show? Like, is there like I
don't know.
You don't know?
I definitely I've seen all of them. Like, I've seen like the Days of Thunder, Racing in the Rain, and Talladega Nights. Like, I've seen a lot of them. I mean, I don't know. I would say, I think, I don't, oh my God.
There's
I'm
no
trying to
wrong
think.
answer.
I know, I'm like really overthinking this right now. I think Days of Thunder would probably be the best one.
Tom Cruise needs to make another Days of Thunder. I think he could, if he could come back and do a second Top Gun, he could come back and do a second race car movie, that would be huge. NASCAR would probably really appreciate that right now.
That's a really good movie. I remember watching it when I was little. And it's just always a good movie to watch.
And I think they did a very good job. I think it was very realistic. How they portrayed it all. So, and lots of cameos, so many, classic now retired drivers, but it was a lot of fun. So hopefully we'll cross our fingers, see if Tom Cruise reboots that franchise. Yeah. Brings it back. Laci, thanks for coming out today to chat with us. Can you tell everyone how they can find you out there on social media and the interwebs?
Yeah, so I have the same username on everything. It's at Laci Ferno 67. I was a little early on the 67 trend, but my name's spelled a little weird. It's LACIFERNO and then 67. And then all my ripping stuff is just ripping for a cure. It's RIPPIN for a cure. And then the website, same thing, RIPPIN for a cure.com. And then LaciFerno.com. Those are the two main ways to reach me.
Well, great. I appreciate you coming out. And will you come back again?
Yeah, I'm always down.
Come back after Chicagoland when you win it.
Oh, yeah.
I want to be the first podcast interview that you give.
Yeah.
All right. You have a good night. We'll talk soon, okay?
Yeah, thank you. You too. Yeah.
Metacortex Publishing hopes that you've enjoyed this presentation.
Thank you for listening to this podcast. Please be sure to rate and review this episode. This podcast is produced by Todd Fischer and is distributed by Metacortex Publishing. This podcast is copyright. Any previously trademarked or copyright content is used by permission. Information and opinions stated in this podcast should not be construed as medical advice. Please visit the official website of Metacortex Publishing at metacortexpublishing.com or find us on social media for other unique content.